with that vibration still moving in our bodies. I want to introduce two individuals right now. First, there's Kira Soto, who is going to be leading us in a group sing. And if you've been here before, you're already just eagerly awaiting this, I know, because it's so powerful. And if you're here for the first time, or if you haven't been here on an occasion when Kira was here, you are in for such a treat. She comes from a place of knowing that we all have a voice, and so we all have the ability to sing. And there's no qualification, despite what your third grade teacher may have told you. You can sing, and she will make you want to sing. So we have Kira, and one of the other things I love about Kira is that she has such an instinct for choosing songs that align with what the speaker is going to be presenting. It's just magical how she does that. And most of these are her original songs, although sometimes she's pulling from other sources, and I don't know which is true today. And then Dr. Carrie Barrett, who she's in ministerial school with Unity. She has been here before to speak, and I consider her my friend. Carrie has been through quite the year with her husband passing early in the year, and it triggered such a transition for her. She's been in a process of transformation. And so whenever I meet with her, I'm never sure who she's going to be, because she continues to change. And she's so willing to be vulnerable and just allow the spirit that she is to unveil itself without the ego that she still has putting blocks up. And that's something I think we can all aspire to. So I'm really looking forward to what she will share with us today. So we're going to start with Kira.
Comes from Amy McCreath, and it's called What We Need Is Here. This is a very simple song, and when I first heard the theme for today, Jane, you're so kind in your introduction, because I actually struggled in picking songs for today, and I was thinking dancing with life, and I was like thinking of these like fun, like boppy songs, and then when I read more of the description of like really holding like the dancing with life and what that entails and all the complexity and the tragedy and the devastation and the grief and like all the joy too. It's all of that holding. So anyway, it's been a month for me. I don't know if anyone else has been going through some stuff. So I'm bringing songs today to help support us in this dance of life. So the words are, what we need is here. What we need is here. Try that with me. What we need is here. And then it goes, what we need is here. Try that. What we need is here. Can we put those together? You sound beautiful. What we need is here. What we need is here. Beautiful. What we need is here. Harmonies welcome.
thinking we were going to have this like sing-along that it just keeps going. So good morning. I am so glad to be here. This is an awesome place to be. It really is. So what in the world is going on in the world? Some stuff. Lots of stuff. I've been noticing on Facebook lately, I know some of you have sworn off Facebook, but some of you are still playing that. And I've noticed that there are posts about end of the world. There's posts about apocalypse bingo. And I was thinking, gee, are we doing 2020 again? Because that was the kind of stuff coming up then. And there's a whole lot of people going through changes on a personal level. It's not just what's going on in the world. It seems like everybody's feeling this change thing going on, and or they have friends or family that are going through stuff. So there's a thing happening, and it can feel a little challenging, maybe a lot challenging. So we're going to be looking this morning at maybe some of the ways we can deal with that in a simple way. Back in early 2020, there was this thing in the news called COVID-19. And there were stories of people in China being sick. Is my mic? Oh, there we go. There were stories of people in China being... Oh, okay. Hello? Okay, so there were stories then of this virus in China. There were stories of quarantine cruise ships with people stuck on them. There were starting to be stories of people in San Francisco, and they were getting sick and quarantined. And it was something that one of the practices for Daniel and I was to watch the news, not dwell on the news, but to be aware of what was going on in the world. And another practice, besides looking outside, is looking inside. So it's being aware of what's going on out there and being aware what's going on in here, because life is happening in both places. It's happening everywhere. It's happening here. And so paying attention to what's going on in here, we noticed we were getting a nudge to prepare, that this looked like something that might grow. This looked like something that might get bigger. So we went shopping, and we stocked up on toilet paper. And we got some rubbing alcohol, and we got some antiseptic, and we got soap, and we got the things that tend to go away in this kind of a thing. And we went to the store manager, and we said, "Have you heard of this COVID thing?" And he said, "No." We said, "Well, you might want to check on that, and you might want to stock up on these things that we're getting." So he said he'd look into it, and I hope he did. And so a week or two later, we were watching on the news that toilet paper was running out and other things. And so we didn't share that experience that some of you might have had. And I can only imagine the awkward accommodations that might have been made to adapt to that. And I didn't share that experience. And this wasn't because of our amazing psychic abilities. It was just from paying attention. It was just from watching out there and in here and listening. listening to what my body's telling me, listening to the nudging of spirit, and just being willing to listen and adapt as things shifted. And then a few weeks ago, there was news of a port strike coming. And when I heard about that it might happen, my first thought, I better stock up on toilet paper. Because that's what you do, right? When anything's coming, boy, we learned. That's what you do. But when I checked inside, I got a sense of, no, you're good. I thought that was odd because I didn't want to run out, but I had plenty, so maybe it'd be okay. And then I heard the port strike happened. And I heard that people were stocking up on toilet paper. And then the strike didn't last long. And I also read a funny story that it was like, I don't know what you people are doing. Most of the toilet paper is made in the United States. It wasn't going to be an issue at all. So anyone that was planning to cash in on that and bought a warehouse full of toilet paper, well, they have a warehouse full of toilet paper now. So listening to what's out there and what's in here, that's part of the process. Our theme this season is dancing with life. So we're trying to dance with this partner, and it can feel like it's stepping on our toes lately. And some of us learn in unity about manifestation, and I want to make some prosperity, and my ideal job, and my dream home, and my perfect relationship, and I'm visioning that, and I'm trying to have positive thoughts. And then, what's this stuff going on? That's like stepping on my toes. Shouldn't it be like bending to my will or something? Well, maybe it doesn't completely work that way. There's a context that we're living in, a larger context. There's our personal context, and there's a bigger context. And life is all of that. So if I really I don't know a lot about dancing, but I know some names of dances. So that's a start. So if I'm somebody that really likes a foxtrot, and I'm insisting on, boy, I'm going to dance a foxtrot, and the music that's playing is a gentle waltz, and I try to dance that, whether I'm leading or following, it's going to be really awkward. Or let's say I really like the cha-cha. That's a thing for me. And Pink Floyd is playing. I mean, we could try to dance that, but it would look pretty silly. And stepping on toes would happen. So it's important to listen for when the music's changing. What is playing, and is it changing? And then there's the music that's playing here, and the music's playing there, and shifting to go along with what you need to be dancing to. Because life is in sync with the music that's playing. Life is one with the music that is playing. So it doesn't have a problem with with dancing to the right song. So if we want to be in sync, we need to be dancing to the music that's playing. Otherwise, stepping on toes is going to happen. So with all that's going on out there, if we are paying attention to it, it can feel overwhelming sometimes. And we want to feel centered. And we feel anxious. We want to feel peace. And something to be aware of is when you're looking at scary stuff happening on the news, Your brain is seeing as if you were looking out the window, and it's right there. It doesn't know the difference. If you're seeing explosions or floods and homes destroyed, it's right out your window as far as it knows. So yeah, it's gonna make some anxiety. So if you're tuned into that channel out there, the music that's playing the hurricane song, you need to take conscious action to shift songs to where you're at. We just sang What You Need Is Here. We need to shift to the music playing here so that we can dance along with life here. So a simple way to deal with this that you can use in dealing with noticing disasters and in other areas of life is 3 things: taking action, praying, and walking away. So action, pray, walk away. And when I say action, I'm talking about looking outside and looking inside, not just going in and doing stuff. So for an example, I'm seeing a hurricane approaching Florida, a major hurricane on the news. And that looks pretty scary. So I'm going to check inside for a minute. What action is mine to take to prepare for that hurricane in Central Oregon? Maybe not so much. Am I called to do something about it? Am I called to help? We heard a story of someone that was. So maybe their call to action is pack a suitcase because you're going to be going somewhere soon and helping. Let's say there's no action for me to take. I'm not getting any sense there's anything for me to do as it approaches or even as it lands. Nothing to do. Okay, the next thing is pray. Am I called to pray about this? Is that mine to do? And if it is yours to do, please do it. And the next thing is walk away. Action, pray, walk away. So it wasn't mine to do anything, wasn't mine to pray about it. I need to let it go. I need to shift channels on the music station here back to here and now. And notice, wow, what a beautiful day it is out there. And notice, there's beautiful people here to be with. And notice, there's friends, family, food. That's what life is giving here now. And I need to enjoy and cherish every moment of that and fill up my bank of smiles and hugs and all of that while I can do that. So another example, there's a war happening. I mean, there's several, but watching the one in the Middle East that seems to be expanding. And there's might be chatter in my head, our friend Monkey Mind saying, oh my gosh, World War III is coming. I mean, there's people talking about that. I might feel some anxiety. So first, know that monkey mind is not your enemy. Anxiety is not your enemy. It's your body trying to let you know and your mind trying to let you know that there's possible danger here. It's asking rational mind, please pay attention and look at this and find out if there's a thing to do here. Okay, so there's a war going on. It's scary, especially if I start thinking about what it could become. What is mine to do right now about that? I don't know. Well, let's say monkey mind keeps going, and, well, but what about if World War III is happening? Okay, let's pause for a moment. What if it was? Is there something I could do to prepare for that, really? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not called to do anything about it. Maybe you are. So no, I'm taking that off my list. So I can't find anything to do with that. So am I called to pray about it? Maybe I'm called to pray for peace. And if I am, I need to do that, because that's my job if I'm called to do that. I need to take the time and do that. And if neither of those, action, pray, walk away. I need to shift gears from the blow up the world channel and that song to here and now. And oh, what a beautiful day. And oh, lovely people. Or if I'm at home, oh wow, I'm safe at home. Imagine that. The world's not blowing up here. And maybe I could look out my window and see the trees or whatever I can, or go visit someplace that makes me feel that and know that I'm safe and everything's okay here and now. And if I have trouble walking away from any of these things, I can't let it go, something keeps just nagging me, go back to take action. Make sure there's nothing I need to do. So maybe for the hurricane, it's nudging me to check my emergency kit or a bug out bag. And maybe nothing helps. Maybe I need therapy. Maybe some old thing's getting triggered by this, and I need to talk to somebody. Or maybe I need prayers from somebody else. And you do your best to address that, and then walk away. You need to dance to the music that's here. That's what's playing for you. There's an election coming up. There's all kinds of scary things that could happen with that. We could go off on there's a movie about the Civil War, right? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But that's not what's playing here and now, all of those things. So there's actions you can take. You can vote. Maybe you're called to campaign. Maybe you're called to protest. You can do those things. You can pray that all comes out well. But then walk away. Because there's birds singing outside. And you're missing that if you're staying on this song. In a few weeks from now, we're going to start a new Wednesday night service. And it's going to be to deepen spiritual experience and practice. And we're going to have different facilitators each time. I'm going to be one of them. And Beth's going to be one of them. And Sarah. And we might have other people. And there's going to be a different thing that happens each time. And we'll try to keep you posted on what that is. But hopefully it will help you to add to your spiritual tools and resources and help that bank get filled so that you have some extra in case of any turbulence in your life. So remember these 3 steps: action, pray, walk away. You can apply it in all kinds of situations. And pay attention to what song is playing. And if you shift from where you are and you're listening to other music and you're touched by it, you do these steps, but make sure that you switch the channel back to the music playing here and now. Because that's That's where life is meeting you and wanting to dance with you on that song. And you can choose to get stuck watching the news all the time or watching these videos that are scary. And bottom line, they're trying to scare you into buying a product. So you can get stuck trying to dance to the soundtrack of a horror movie. I don't even know how you dance to that. Or you can listen to the music where you are, which might be playing a swing or some silly community dance like the Macarena. I know that's way back, but hey. So let's have fun dancing together today, and let's listen for what life is playing on our channel here and now. And I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Applause for that. Carrie, I definitely want to thank you for the visual of trying to dance the cha-cha to Pink Floyd. Because I don't know about you, but that hit home. How many times have we been out there trying to dance the cha-cha to Dark Side of the Moon, right? It's like, read the room. Okay. Nico, you coming up?